guys, it's Jasmine Niece. Welcome to my channel if you're new, welcome back if you're not, and welcome to another day of me eating some of the most unhealthy breakfasts that I actually have ever made. I made these from scratch though, I'm super excited about them, and there's fruit on top of it, which is also good. I usually eat a lot better though in the morning, but lately I've been so unmotivated because every time I go to the gym, I'll go like one day and then something happens where I can't go for the next like week and a half, right? And because of that, I have even lost all motivation to actually exercise at home with my weights there. It's a whole thing, but that's not what this vlog is even about. We're gonna get back on track with the fitness stuff too, but today I am going to be doing a reading vlog. I have this book right here called All Roads Lead to Rome that I'm currently reading, and I have some thoughts, but I'm gonna save those thoughts because I'm going to go to a cafe. Okay, so as you can see, I'm only like this far into the book and I have opinions. I wanted to like this book because it's about a girl named Story Harriet, who's a diplomat's kid, and so she's in Italy going to the school for a bunch of other like foreign and domestic of the states though, foreign and domestic diplomat kids. And I thought this was really cool because I went to school in Germany at a school for a bunch of American military kids. So I was like, okay, this is very similar. I told you I'm on this whole kick of like reading books with people who are, you know, teenagers who are overseas and stuff like that. I thought this was going to be really cool. And so basically, Astoria Harriet is this girl who is one of the dip kids for diplomat. And she ends up through this weird happenstance in a gelateria. She meets this guy named Luca Kinnaird or whatever, I believe his name is. And he's like this Scottish socialite who's dating this pop princess named Jasmine. Now, this whole situation with that just kind of irritated me. But anyway, through happenstance, they come up with this fake dating plot. I wanted to like this book, I really do, and I still have a lot more to go on it. But everything she says is just getting on my nerves. Like there was one part where she's in the car and he basically tells her, after the paparazzi finds her at school, he basically is like, oh, hey, like, I'm sorry I'm late. He rushes her out by this car that he's renting and tells her that she can listen to whatever music that she wants to. And so she pulls up this music and he's like, oh, okay, that's classic but modern. And she's like, I can't really tell if he's being condescending or if he's being genuine. But considering the fact that the girl that he's dating is a pop star whose music is basically just generic pop punctuated by racy lyrics and typical drama. But keep in mind, she also has like apparently a long ponytail that she was wearing when they first met her. So I'm like, this like an Ariana Grande thing. Also, it's very much giving, I'm not like the other girls. I don't listen to what everybody else is listening to. She literally almost even says that on one page. He basically tells her that she doesn't do a lot of things that normal girls would like to do. And she goes, I am normal. And he's like, you know, I mean like, you know, just like typical though. And I'm like, okay, just say you're not like other girls and go sit down, you know. But I'm going to try to read more of this book at the cafe that I'm going to. It's actually a really cool and on-brand cafe. It's kind of like a story-themed cafe. So I'm going to go there. And hopefully I'll like more of this book when I get there because I'm not liking it now. This is what I look like for today. This is not cooperating, but this is just what I look like for today. Just have on a little random sweater. I look like a cryptid. Let me scoot back a little bit. Just have a little random sweater, and then I don't know if you can see my shoes, but I just have on something like this. I thought this was cute enough for where I'm going.
supposed to be shutting up and reading this book, but I do not like this book.
There's a whole library. Go check.
Can you buy it?
Yeah.
These books are for sale?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm pretty damn sure they're for sale.
Are they really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna check that out in a second.
So I found this book of composers right here, and this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. I genuinely want this book so badly. I'm gonna go ask if these books are for sale, because it's only $13 if it is, and if it is, I'm getting this. This is the coolest book I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, I'm gonna go ask if this book is for sale. Excursion, and now I'm actually going to go back and try to read more of this book. It's so slow going. I do not like this main character at all. I'm trying so hard, but she is making it just so difficult. I did skip ahead just a little bit to see like how this was gonna go, if she became more tolerable, but she did not. And it's more like, oh, I found out that he had depth, and I'm like, does he ever find out that you have tolerance for other people that aren't like you? No? Okay, cool. Whatever. But hopefully I'm gonna read more and she becomes more tolerable. I wasn't even gonna add this book because I knew I only had like a very small bit of it left. It was just the epilogue, and I was just gonna read that and keep reading the other book for the vlog. But A, I need a break from that one, and B, I think this definitely deserves a mention in this vlog because this was the cutest book ever. This is about a guy, I don't want to say a little boy, but this is about a boy named Ben Lim. He's like 17 or 16 or whatever, and he and his French class go over to France for spring break. And in this class is one of his childhood best friends who like moved to New York they live in Georgia, who moved to New York when they were like in 5th grade, right? And came back all glowed up and all grown up like about a few months ago, right? And the very first thing that he said to this kid when they saw each other again, you know, in this like LGBT club, was, hey, I want to show you my boyfriend, right? But the boy, his name is Tyler Travers. He's this popular golden boy jock, whatever. He says, oh, hey, you're Ben Lim, right? And Ben looks like, oh, wow, okay, all right. Not only that, though, but Ben's boyfriend, who he was about to introduce him to, breaks up with him a little bit later, stating that, like, Tyler is someone that he thinks that he could be with and that he thinks he finally deserves. And so Ben goes this whole book basically being like, A, I can't believe that Tyler forgot our friendship, and B, I'm mad at him because my boyfriend wanted to be with him instead. And there's a whole bunch of just unresolved things with them. But this is actually such a good book. It touches on racism and grief because Ben's dad passed away, I believe, of cancer back at the same time that Tyler had moved to New York. And also, Ben is Asian. And so it touches on racism, and both abroad in Paris as well as in the United States. It touches on homophobia even within the LGBT community, and misogyny. It touches on a bunch of other things, but this book is so incredibly funny. And I honestly couldn't put it down. Ben has this whole list of things he wants to do while he's in Paris, and they do them all in one night while they're locked out of their youth hostel. And it's so incredibly adorable. It's pretty much everything you could imagine wanting to do in Paris, and Paris is one of my dream destinations. So I love this book. I am so sad to see this book go. I honestly should have read that other book first, and this one maybe second, and the other one third, but I didn't. So that's on me. But now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go to the zoo. I'm super excited about that. And then I'll probably come home and cook chili and read some more because I do have to finish that other book. I've been slacking. I've been doing like everything else, honestly. That was fun as usual, and we're actually going to come back tonight because they're doing this thing called Animals Aglow, where you'll see it in the video like earlier, but they're going to have like lanterns lit up and like animatronic animals and all that other stuff, and it's just, I'm actually super excited about this. I've been trying to go to this thing for a while, and this is the last night, so I lucked upon it. Just in the fact that if I had waited until next week, I would not have been able to go. I would have missed it for literally a whole year. So I'm super excited about that. Unfortunately, I don't feel like I'm going to be able to read much of my book though until maybe tonight, because now I'm going to, we have about an hour, actually we have about 2 hours and 45 minutes maybe until it's actually time. So we're going to go get something to eat. And maybe I'll get some reading in, maybe I won't, who knows. Let's go see some animals aglow. finished that book, and honestly, I'm so sorry if you clicked onto this video thinking, you know, oh, someone else who liked this book. I didn't, right? I found it to be so predictable in all the ways. And like I said, I didn't like the whole aspect of, I hate wealthy people and I hate the privileged or whatever, while also simultaneously telling a story from the most privileged viewpoint ever. Like it was absolutely crazy. And then of course she kept calling Jasmine his diva girlfriend, which was so weird because Jasmine hadn't even done anything at the time. Like, this girl literally, for most of the book, like at the beginning, she hadn't even done anything. And by the time she actually did do something, I was so tired of hearing about the diva girlfriend who didn't even do anything that there was a part of me that was like, honestly, it's probably your bad energy that she's reacting to. And then, like I said, you could tell this whole thing, it had a very Ariana Grande tinge to it. But what really irritated me was that she called Jasmine's fans, the little pop star, she called Jasmine's fans Jasminers. As a fellow Jasmine, I was like, you could have at least called them Jasminators. I'm not gonna lie, like if I had a huge fan base, I'd want them to be called the Jasminators, right? I'm so sorry if you liked this book. I really, really am. If you clicked on this video because you liked this book and you wanted to hear me kind of give a review on it, I'm sorry. I didn't like this book at all. This book has gotten me so riled up that now, to be completely honest, it's going to take me a little while to go to sleep. So I'm probably going to get a snack and try to wind down because tomorrow I'm actually going to start the book I want to be reading. Hello! So, as you can see, it's raining, which is why it's the perfect time for me to start this new book right here. I'm so excited about this one. This one is basically about a girl who goes over to Italy, I think, to chase after this boy that she's into or whatever. It says, Italy has been a dream, never mind a few minor hiccups, like when I accidentally showed my cheeky tongas to the world, or the death-defying bus ride from Naples to Sorrento, or getting in trouble with my on-again, off-again boyfriend, but nobody knows it yet, Wes. But there's also been late-night gelato with my best friend, skinny dipping in the Mediterranean, and the sweet, distractingly cute local boy who works at our B&B. It's impossible not to fall in love here, and maybe it's my turn coming soon. XOXO Soraya. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm so excited to read this one. Ugh, especially after the other one. I read a little bit of it on, I think it was Amazon that I got this one off of, and I've been so excited to read this one. So I'm gonna crack this book open. Oh my God. Okay. All right. So it is about 3:31. I don't know if you can see that right now. It's 3:31, which isn't all that weird for me because I stay up until like 4 a.m. anyway. But I can't put this book down. If you can see, like I only have like this much to go, which I think is about maybe like 100 or so pages left. I love everything about this book. I told you a little bit about what it was about, but basically this girl Soraya and her friends Anya and Mari decide to go on a 3-month trip in Europe to like Italy, Paris, and England, I believe. And this is like the summer before they go off to college, but Soraya's not going anywhere else. She's staying in state because she got rejected from literally every college that she wanted to go to, except for this one school that has this guy named Wes in there that she knew from high school. And he was like this guy that she was super in love with. Everybody wanted to date him. He was a jock. And what I really loved is that she basically told why she's so in love with him, right? Like, nobody looked twice at her at all. She's like the one Persian girl in their school or whatever. Nobody would look twice at her until he did. And he made her feel like somebody, even though he's hot and cold to her, even though like he only comes around when he wants to, because when like she's actually with him, he's funny, he's fun, she thinks he's thoughtful, and she feels on top of the world with him. And so that's why she desperately wants to be with him, so much that she lies to her friends who can't stand him. I won't tell why, but he's over in the Amalfi Coast for like, you know, I guess like summer break or whatever with his frat brothers. And so she decides to sync up her girls' trip with his trip, right? And Soraya and Wes get caught in a convenience store. I won't say the reason why, but they get caught in a convenience store together by Anya and Mari, her two best friends. And they are pissed. Like, they literally, it's so bad that like Soraya's like, I don't even think I can go back to my room now. And so the B&B owner's son, whose name is Nico, decides like, okay, he's been like their tour guide this whole time and all this other stuff. He decides to take two hammocks outside into the courtyard, and he places them like out by this tree or whatever with these blankets and all that other stuff. And he spends the night out there with her, multiple nights, since she doesn't feel like she can go back to her room. And it's just the cutest thing I have ever seen. This is what I wanted with that other book, okay? This is what I was looking for, because Soraya doesn't make the best choices, and sometimes she can be irritating, but it's irritating in an endearing way. And I feel like she explains like why she's doing these things, right? She's self-aware enough to explain why she's doing these things, whereas the other one was like self-righteous, and it was passed off as fact, you know what I mean? Like understandable. Whereas with her, it actually is understandable, even though she can be annoying as well. And it's the cutest book ever. I absolutely love it. I will probably be finishing this book tomorrow, and that makes me so incredibly sad, because I can tell this is going to be one of those books that I'm definitely like, I don't want this to end. Like, I'm going to be thinking about this for a while. But like I said, it is like 3:37, and I actually do need to be going to bed now, because as you can see, I already look like somebody's grandma. So I'll see you guys later. Okay. Hold on. Okay. This is the weirdest thing I think I've ever read in a book in my entire life. So, okay, so Nico saw Soraya and Wes like holding hands together while Wes was trying to ask Soraya for the do-over. Nico is now mad at her too, right? Remember, Nico was the one the innkeeper's son. And so her friends, on the same night that Soraya was going to meet Wes for their little do-over, but also for her to tell him that it was really and truly over, decided to confront him. And as Anya was like getting all up in his face and whatever, Wes pushes her back, which sets Soraya off. She takes a pitcher of beer from a nearby table, dumps it on top of his head, right? To which he turns around and he's ready to fight, right? But then he sees who it is, and he's basically like, can we like go away somewhere, you know, without them? And she's like, no, I think here is fine, right? And so his friends come out of the nightclub, basically, because that's what they were standing in front of, saying, I told you that you shouldn't have wasted your time on her. You should have actually gotten a girl who would send you real nudes, not her. But these four Italian guys walk by, and they think that Wes and his friends are terrorizing Soraya, Anya, and Mari. And because of that, it unravels quickly. Like, they start like taking off the tablecloths or whatever, and like all of the dishes on the table fall off the table. It says, is this real life? Anya stands there frozen as we watch what can only be described as the strangest episode of WWE we've ever seen. Should we do something?
I think we should let them sort this out. I take a step back, but I can't look away. What are they, professional MMA fighters? Then somewhere down, so this keeps happening, right? She says, she watches the men make advanced knots in the tablecloth to make sure Freddie is secured. A waiter comes outside to inspect all the ruckus, holding a beautifully decorated salsa cake. He screams for them to stop, to no avail. One of the men grabs the cake out of the waiter's hand and slams it into Wes's face. The waiter, horrified, runs back inside, wailing away from the carnage. Wes stands there scooping marzipan out of his eyes. What is happening? He yells to the sky. Oh my God, Mari says, a hand clasped over her mouth as one guy body slams Graham to the ground. And I'm sitting there like, this is honestly one of the weirdest things I have ever read in a book in my entire life. It is so incredibly funny. And like, honestly, I want to keep reading this. I really am, and I'm probably going to finish this tonight. But I had to share that part because that has to be one of the most unhinged things I think I've ever read in a book so far. That sex scene was probably one of the best that I've read in a while. And this is technically young adult. So they did cut some things out. But the way it was written, I honestly think adult novels could maybe take a bit of a page from this because it was written with so much class, but detail, especially like if you took an adult novel and you maybe upped the detail just a little bit, but gave it this same amount of attention. Chef's kiss. Oh my God. I'm so sad to see this one go. Oh, this was so cute. Her friends, they are real ones. I'm not going to lie. Her friends were absolutely like the cutest things possible. I just loved them. Mari and Anya were so absolutely adorable. They were true, real friends. Even when Soraya wasn't being like the best of friends, even you could even understand her perspective of things. Nico, oh my God. Oh my God. This man wins YA Book Boyfriend of the Year. Oh my God. He's so cute. He's so incredibly cute. Oh, I didn't want this book to end. It was so absolutely adorable. If you get any of the books that I mentioned, get this one. It's super cute. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this vlog. I'm definitely going to do another book vlog because it's been super fun and I enjoy it. And yeah, like I said, if you get any book that I've mentioned, get the one called, I think it was When We Were in Paris, and get Vacationship. Definitely, because those two were absolutely adorable. But as usual, love yourself and romanticize the world around you. Bye.